Right, it's time again for this series to come back. Monthly highlights. This time we're looking at February. This year is throttling by. To be honest, we're already in March. My birthday is soon too. And we're here to talk about the highlights of February. A few albums here and an EP that I want to mention that I haven't even mentioned at all on this channel. But it'll be nice to give them a mention here. And of course, as always, make sure you're checking out my Patreon. You're supporting me on there. You're supporting the channel by subscribing and liking the video and all that kind of stuff. Share it around, please. Give me some love and tell me your thoughts in the comments on my picks and what your picks are as well. If there's anything I leave off in this video, please let me know and I'll be sure to check it out. Let's get straight into it then. No bullshit here. Kareem Ali. I'm not really that familiar with his stuff. I've heard the odd song here and there, but his new album was a really nice, soulful house album. Like, he really puts the soul into the sounds of house music. And I was super impressed with this. There's some really long, lengthy, girthy tracks on this album that hit 10 minutes. And I do think those tracks were kind of a bit over ambitious and didn't quite hit the landing that they could have. I think if perhaps they were just a bit shorter or maybe developed a bit more throughout the runtime and stuff like that. But otherwise, the rest of this album was a really nice treat, I think, in terms of house music this year. You can't go wrong. Another house mention here, and a double billing of a mention, because Me Monaco dropped an EP this past month while also dropping a collaboration album. This guy, Me Monaco, is giving the goods this month, and both releases are some really nice fluid house releases that are really enjoyable. And once again, Me Monaco as an individual artist is proving that he is one of the best house names in the house game right now. And the Yarni collaboration album was really nice, showed a little bit of a different side to the stuff that I would have expected from Me Monaco, and it's given me another artist to be keeping tabs on too, because if it weren't for this release, I would not have even heard of Yarni. So really hyped about these two releases here. Check them both out. Also want to mention Young Fathers. Was really impressed with Young Fathers this past month. They have delivered again with another album that is really bloody good, and Young Fathers proved to be one of the best artists in British music right now, and they are not getting the respect that they deserve, and I do not bloody know why. This album was really good. The track I Saw is stellar, one of their best songs to date, and really has grown on me over time as well. Really happy with that track. And yeah, everything that they're putting out has just been so consistently good, and I've just been so happy to watch their growth and where they are today. It's been great, and their music is so spiritual and earthy, and just touches that little part of you that not much music touches. It's really hard to explain what they do. They're so good, they're so euphoric, and they're so anthemic, and they're so great. Another British artist to mention here, Shame, with their newest album, which I was quite happy with. I don't think it's quite as good as Drunk Tank Pink, which I thought was a really good album that came out a few years ago now. One of the best from that kind of post-punk style. And this new one was, kind of delving a little bit more into that sound and still achieving good results with it. I don't think there's quite as many fiery sort of rages on this album, but overall it is a good listen, and I'm quite impressed with what they're doing, and hopefully actually might see them next week on tour, so maybe could get a nice little gig there for Shame. That would be good. I want to mention Skrillex as well. Wasn't really expecting Skrillex to drop a good album, to be quite honest with you. Not an attack on Skrillex, just not really something I've anticipated for quite some time. It's one of those names that, it feels like it's been left in the past. But good God, the collaborations on this album were really on point, and there's quartet features, and Bobby Raps is really good as well on this album. There's some really great moments on this thing, and I was really impressed with what Skrillex was doing. So if you're one that maybe a bit like me was kind of like, Skrillex, sure, why not? I'm not that bothered. Well, be bothered, because it was actually really good. And we got to go with my final pick now, my album of the month, as I always do. This one writes itself this month. I think anyone that's been keeping up with this channel will know that Polachek easily sweeps this monthly highlights this time around. It's been a really good month of music, and February has been stacked for releases. But for me, Polachek, even before it came out, I was pretty convinced was going to be one of the best releases of the year, and it did not let me down. The anticipation was met greatly, and this album is absolutely fantastic. Everything that she's going for on this album is an absolute treat. The style, the melody, the sense of melody is astounding. Her vocals are some of the best in the motherfucking game right now. One of the best vocalists, pop vocalists out there right now. I'm talking pure pop music here. She is easily up there in that conversation for me without a doubt, and this album proves that, and I'm really happy that it absolutely delivered. So yeah, there we go. They are my releases of the month. Of course, there'll be some that you might be thinking of that I haven't mentioned. I know there'll be some that you're, dying for me to mention, but maybe I'm just not quite as into them as you are. But please let me know your thoughts on my picks and tell me what your picks are as well. As I often do, I let the songs of the month play out at the end of this video as well, so please stick around because we aren't quite done yet. Subscribe, have a good day, and enjoy the songs.